What's going on, everybody? It's our Mike. It is time to peel off our old cheap screen protector and do a time lapse of me prepping the phone for the new Whitestone Dome glass screen protector. So first thing I did was power down our phone. I originally recorded this at a full 60 frames per second at 1080p resolution, but due to how long it took me to actually install this, I had to bump this up to around 8 times the speed, so that way it would shorten this to about only a 2-minute time lapse. After turning the phone off, using the alcohol wipes, clean it down, make sure everything's good. Get the tray and the system ready, pull everything out of the box, remove any sticker, lint, and all that you see. Another thing to do too is make sure you are in a level area for sure, because that is probably the biggest trick to doing this. Is you want that adhesive liquid to be able to stay center on its own and not really move until you tilt the whole rig or jig forward. So that is a big thing to keep in mind. As you can see, I go on ahead and put our padding around, put in our covers, making sure covering our speaker or microphone port, putting on our gel, or adhesive I should say, the liquid adhesive, checking for any lint or dust one more time, just because you don't want any of that stuff getting stuck underneath this. And then, of course, removing the caps and letting this liquid adhesive do its thing for about 20-30 seconds. Afterwards, taking off that bridge, putting on your glass, and then comes the fun and tricky part of getting that stuff to move and spread. And as you can see, it spreads pretty well. I do have one air bubble that you can make out, and I'll go over that in the final bit. Alright, so my screen protector is done, but as you can see, I have one flaw to it. Actually, a couple flaws. One, I have a bubble right there. That is my fault due to how when I was opening the tube of the gel, I had like one little drop it come out early, and then I finished opening it, and when I put my lifted out the tab, it didn't spread evenly. I think part of that is because of, or it didn't spread correctly. Part of that's probably because of the angle that I have this area set up at. And then another issue is that my skin on the back might be affecting how this sits in the tray, so that could be an issue. And as you can see, it is a little low. The screen protector is lined up a little low, and that's due to how I rearranged the light. You guys all saw that when I had this position, had it facing this way, it was perfectly level that way. When I moved it this way, that threw off my level, because I was doing this in my bathroom where it is a controlled area where I didn't have to worry about a ton of dust and dirt in the air, anything debris. And since we're up near a sink, that messed up my level, which then caused our screen protector to slide down. And that's why I have such a gap up top. So that is a user mistake. That is my fault for that. And this sucker is on there like I'm pushing. This does not move. It is sealed to it. So I'll live with it for a little bit, just because I use my phone naked anyway. I now have something to tell, like, okay, there's a little bit of a lip there, glass lip, but I can tell where it's at. I am going to get a hold of Whitestone and see about getting another piece of glass so I can do this over. I do have another alcohol wipe, so it's not a problem. I can clean everything off. Any residue that you guys do get on the sides, whatever the pads don't catch, wipes away with the rubbing alcohol solution. The pads that come in your container, these pads, yeah, this stuff wipes off the excess adhesive, no problem. So you don't have to worry about that gunking anything up, clogging up anything. All my ports, camera, all that stuff turned out good and clean. I have like one little chunk of dust there, but all this is perfectly fine. But yeah, that was my fault that this slid, so nothing against Whitestone. But once you get through the barrier of installing this for the first time and it's on right, like besides this air bubble, I have no lint, no nothing under this. You don't see any lines, there's no black bars. I'm pretty sure my touch response on this is going to be quite amazing as well. So Whitestone, you guys make an awesome screen protector. Yes, it's expensive. If you guys do these installs on these, do your best not to mess it up, because as you can see, it will be something you're stuck with. But this screen protector does not go exactly edge to edge like they say it would. It actually sits just in the middle, which is nice. Like once this would all line up properly, you can see, once my camera focuses again. But what you can see is they leave you the cutouts, and the way this top part would sit up above, you could see that it lined up perfectly on the sides, but since it slid down because of my mistake of moving my setup here, I still have the sides are exposed where the glass meets the metal. Those sides are still exposed, and I'm actually okay with that. And the reason why is because if you go to put a case on and you have a screen protector that goes from edge of the glass where the metal meets all the way over to the other side, you put a case on that's supposed to help protect that glass, it's going to push up on this screen protector. So, and you don't want that. So that's why you want this to get installed perfectly evenly in the dead center every time. So again, my fault for my stupidity in moving this and forgetting about the adhesive. I thought the adhesive would have cured enough to where you could move it, but obviously it was still in a slidable like state where I could slide it. I should have just left it sitting where it was, and got a longer cord to move my lamp here. That way it would have cured it properly, but it is what it is. I like this so far though. It's nice. Touch response. Let me get past this screen. Get the phone to boot up here. All right, touch response on this is like rock solid, no issues. If I'm to go in and start a new message and just type in stuff, there's like no hard pushing, no noise you're hearing, none of that stuff. It seems to be working perfect. So I am definitely pleased with the sensitivity and the clarity of the response of this adhesive in the glass and how they made this. But yeah, since I made an operator error, I will definitely have to pay and get a new piece of glass, which I think glass is like $10 for another piece of glass sent out, and I already have a whole nother vial of adhesive, so that's not a problem. I'll have to look and see if they do include Cotton's extra adhesive and maybe another rag. But honestly, in the package you do get like 3 rags. There's 1 rag for each adhesive or 1 swab you use, so you're good there. So I don't really need to worry about that. Might just need some more pads. So, and the pads, when I was doing it, you saw that I had 1 pad that was thicker than the other, and then I took these ones apart, and obviously it's probably better to take them apart and then line them side by side if possible, double layer in a spot, make it a little longer, so extra adhesive that does go off the sides, it does catch. But as you saw, since my screen protector slid down, I had more adhesive end up covering this lower portion here, like right above the speaker and above the port, the microphone port. Nothing got into any of my ports, but it just kind of sat and gunked up right here at the top of the metal. So I just took the alcohol swab, wiped all that down, and it all just came off right away, no problem. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Sucks that I messed it up, but it's my fault. I'll live with it for a little bit, and like I said, I'll order another one, no problem. If you guys have any comments or questions, hit me up in the comment section down below. This is my first time doing this with this type of screen protector. I like it. Wish it was a little easier, or it came, with the adhesive on the screen protector already, and all you do is just peel it off, make sure you hit a clean spot and stick it on. But ability of the screen protector, it works 100% if you do it properly. It just makes this installation way harder, and is definitely more work than most people want for a screen protector. I mean, especially since the whole setup is about $50. And I mean, you put this much money into it, into a phone, spending another $50 seems like a lot for a piece of glass to go over it. But I'm going to talk with Whitestone and see what they'll do to help me out with that. And if I have to pay for another glass and swabs, I'll pay for another piece of glass. I just don't need to pay for another light because I obviously have this one. So if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section down below. Yeah, this is a long video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.